women in engineering section. I'm the EIZ 62nd Council Engineering Representative. So with us this morning is the host, Engineer Dr. Tolulope, who just allowed to greet us.
Okay, good morning, distinguished guests, elders of APWEN, participants from the Society for Women Engineering Zambia community. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. It's a pleasure to have all of us on this call, and we are here to discuss something that is very important to our professions. As engineers, we build bridges, we connect, we develop circuits, but as of all these, there's something that is very, very important in all our activities, and that is managing humans, which is central to all our endeavors. So this morning, we're going to look at emotional intelligence to see how we can manage it optimally in a way that it will affect our productivity. And this morning is not only happened that is doing this. This is about SDG 17, which is a partnership for a sustainable development. So APWEN is doing this morning in collaboration with Zambia Women in Engineering session. And on behalf of the Association of Regional Women Engineers, the National Executive Committee, the Board of Trustees, the founding members, and all members from APWEN community, we warmly welcome you to this webinar. So to start, of course, in APWEN culture, we always start this program with an open prayer, which is usually the third stanza of the national anthem. So I'm going to project that now, and I want to urge everyone on the call to please let us unmute ourselves to take the opening prayer for today's program, which is the third stanza of the national anthem, which is being displayed on our screen now. We can do that after the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh God of all creation,
grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. So with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Amen. And all of us will be blessed. Thank you very much yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Once again, let me leave the okay, so if I want to pass over the microphone to Engineer Chilala, who is moderating this session for the next item on the agenda. Thank you, Engineer Chilala.
Yeah, so thank you very much. We'll have our order of program where we have we pretty much have arrivals on the virtual platform and our colleagues that are seated here at the Zarena Mentorship graduation. So we have a dual platform that we have created. We have the physical audience where we have the Engineering Institute of Zambia president and the acting CEO from RIA who are in this auditorium that we are in, and quite a number of participants. And we've just had our opening prayer. Then we'll go on to have our Zoom ground rules by Engineer Mercy Tembo. Engineer Mercy, over to you.
Thank you, Engineer Dr. Chilala. It's so exciting to be here with a group of women and the men in engineering supporting us. Well, thank you so much. And as we're about to go through our meeting, I would like to take you through our meeting protocols and through our safety briefing. Thank you all for coming through. And allow me to take you through the meeting protocols. So please, number 1, pay attention to the mute function throughout the duration of this meeting. Kindly mute yourself and only unmute your mic when you're called upon to speak. Number 2, avoid eating, chewing gum, drinking when speaking as a courtesy to others. Number 3, kindly put off your video if the view is not okay we are in areas where network is always a problem. So if you notice that your internet is not really giving it, you can simply just switch off your video and we'll appreciate. Number 4, if you're in transit, please endeavor to use the microphone to improve your audio and filter out the background noise. Also, kindly use the chat box to share your questions, contributions, which will be read out at the end of the meeting or the webinar. Alternatively, you can raise your hand to notify the host of your intention to speak. Also, avoid or minimize distraction around you as much as possible. As engineers, safety remains our watchword. Therefore, it's pertinent that we are all familiar with some essential safety briefing. As part of this virtual meeting, all attendees are encouraged to drop their contact information with the host in case of any emergency. I will just take you through 1 or 2 of our safety briefings and we'll be ready to shoot. So ensure that the electrical gadgets you're using for this virtual meeting have been disconnected from the power source. I know I'm a culprit, but please, for your safety, disconnect from the power source. If possible, if you are driving, please find a lay-by, stop by, and on behalf of our president, chairman of the technical committee, I welcome you all and hope you have a truly enlightening and rewarding session. Thank you, and over to you, moderator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Mercy. And this time we'll go into recognitions, and I'll allow Engineer Tolu Lope to take it on with Apwene recognitions.
Okay, thank you very much, Engineer Mercy, for that safety brief. Yes, safety is individual's responsibility. So this morning, we have a lot of high-profile individuals, both from APWEN and the Zambia community joining us this morning. And so I'm going to take the people from the APWEN community while I allow Engineer Chilala to kindly introduce some of our participants from the Zambia zone. So this morning, of course, the first person is still the president of the foremost engineering, the Women Engineering Association we have in Africa. She joined even before we started the program, and that is in the person of the 18th president of APWEN, Engineer Dr. Adebisi Awusi, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and a fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers. Thank you very much, Ma, for your good leadership style. We are so proud to be associated with you. Thank you, Ma, for all the initiatives that bringing on board for the development of the association. Also joining us this morning is the guest speaker for today's event, the past president of APWEN, and also a mentor and a teacher to many of us, in person of Engineer Dr. Patricia Okpene Odidi, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers, and also a board of trustees of the association. Ma, we are so honored to have you. Yes, it is a privilege. And
good morning, everyone.
Yes, we don't take that for granted. Thank you, Ma, for always being there for your good leadership style. Also joining us this morning, we have some of our members from the APWEN community, as I mentioned. Many of them have not changed okay, we have Engineer Ngozi here with us. We have also one of our elders. Of course, whenever we say elder, this depends. When you say anything on APWEN website, she's the one that is managing that website. In fact, she's down to heart. She's approachable. She's all in all to many of us that know what she was. And she being on this program this morning, it is a great privilege for us. I'm talking about no other person than Engineer Obianuju. Thank you very much, Ma. We are so honored to have you. Also, we have a lot of people joining us from APWEN community. Time will not permit me to mention, but as they join, we'll continue to introduce them. So let me pass over the virtual mic to Engineer Chilala to please introduce some of our members from the Zambia community on the program this morning. Thank you. Engineer Chilala, please.
Thank you very much. And on the Zambia Women Engineering section, we have the esteemed ZOES chairperson, Engineer Agnes Mwansa, who's with us. And we also have the past chairperson, ZOES Engineer Taperewa Namwinga. And as mentioned earlier, we have also here physically the EIZ President, Engineer Leslie Kaluba, and the acting CEO, Engineer Alex Mbumba. We have Engineer Dr. Lusungu Ndovi. We have Engineer Brian Sakwenda and other members that are seated here, Eugene Chandi and Mwaka, as some of the mentors seated listening in this program. We also have student chapter representatives from EIZ, student chapter president, Emmanuel, and also the Zarena student chapter president, Chisanga. So some of those are the people we have here. If I've left out anyone, please, you are recognized. At the moment, this is what we have physically and on the blog. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Chilala. Yes, if you are
next, I also call upon our host to call upon Engineer Messi to introduce our special guest.
Okay, so the next item we have on the agenda is a welcome address by no other person than the president of the foremost engineering women association in Africa, in person of Engineer Dr. Adebisi Arusi, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Madam President, ma, it is time for your opening address, ma. Welcome, ma.
Thank you so much, the host, my technical secretary. Thank you for big, good job that you've been doing. It's nice to be on this webinar this morning. My past president, thank you. Chairperson, thank you. Let me start with the protocol. Past president of APWEN present here this morning online. Our founding members of APWEN, the chairperson of Zambia Women in Engineering section, Engi Agnes Mansa. Guest speaker, our 8th president of APWEN, Engineer Patricia Opone-Odili FNSC. Our moderator, Engineer Dr. Chilala Kukuma Boa. The host, Engineer Tululoke Eriosho, the APWEN technical secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished colleagues, esteemed members of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, and our wonderful partners in Zambia Women in Engineering section, and all the CEOs or the managers in Zambia, all the participants joining us from across the globe, I say good morning. As president of APWEN and your chief host for this enlightening webinar, I am thrilled to welcome you all to this virtual gathering. A special shout out to our Zambia sisters. It's a collaboration like this between APWEN and ZOES that reminds us engineering knows no boundaries. We are not just building structures, we are bridging continents with shared knowledge and empowerment. To our guest speaker, our guest topic today is harnessing emotional intelligence for effective leadership and governance. Could not be more timely in a world where technical powerless is essential. It's emotional intelligence that turns good engineers into great leaders. EQ isn't some abstract concept. It's secret sauce that helps us to navigate teams, resolve conflicts, and govern with empathy. As the women in engineering, we often juggle high-stakes projects with passionate demand, and EQ is what keeps us steady. Think about global icons who have enhanced EQ in governance. Take Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, Liberian first female president and a trailblazer in post-conflict reconstruction. Facing a nation scared by civil war, she didn't just implement policy, she empathized with her people's trauma, built trust through transparent communication, and motivated diverse stakeholders towards unity. Our leadership stabilized Liberia and earned her a Nobel Peace Prize. Closer to home, in Zambia, consider our female leaders in engineering sectors have used EQ to advocate for gender inclusivity policy, turning male-dominated board into collaborative spaces. Or in Nigeria, during the COVID-19 crisis, engineers like us pivoted into innovative PP production, but it was EQ motivating, scared teams, empathizing with supply chain frustrations that ensured those innovations reached the front line effectively. Sisters and colleagues, as we delve into today's discussion, I challenge you. How can you up your EQ in your daily rules? Maybe it is possible during a heated meeting to ask, how are you feeling about this? Or mentors young engineers by sharing vulnerability from your part. In governance, whether leading a chapter in Suez or influencing national policy, EQ assured decisions aren't just smart, they are sustainable and woman-centered. In closing, let's commit to harnessing the power. Thank you to everyone making this webinar possible. May our conversation spark action that elevates women engineers everywhere. God bless you all, and let's make EQ our engineering superpower. Thank you so much, and God bless the Nigerian Society of Engineers. God bless the Association of Professional Women Engineers. God bless the Zambia Women Engineers. God bless you all.
Thank you, Ma, for that. Indeed, we need to commit to harnessing the power, and it starts with each and every one of us as we embrace emotional intelligence. I'll allow at this moment in time to call upon Engineer Agnes, our Zambia Women Engineering chairperson, to give opening remarks.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Madam Moderator, for the introduction. I'm very excited. So good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be speaking to you today as the chairperson of the Zambia Women in Engineering section. As I have been introduced, my name is Engineer Agnes Mofia-Mwansa, and I will ride on the protocols that have already been recognized by my counterpart, Engineer Dr. Basai. But at this point in time, I would like to recognize our leadership in EIZ. We've been joined by the president of the Engineering Institution of Zambia, Engineer Wesley Kaluba, who is the current president of EIZ. Engineer Kaluba has supported the women in engineering, our growth. We really appreciate that. I don't know if he's able to show his camera. He's seated with our moderator, Dr. Engineer Chilala Boa. We also have, yes, Engineer Kaluba, are you able to say a few words?
Thank you very much, Chair. And greetings to the vibrant women in engineering from the Association of Professional Women Engineers in Nigeria and our own Zambia Women in Engineering Sections West. I think it's just, I'm astounded with the synergy, the collaboration between the two fraternities. It just goes to show what women can do. The Nigerian Society for Engineers has been able to work with the EIZ, but I don't think to this scale. We are now using technology to ensure that we achieve the objectives of SDG number 5, which aims to achieve gender equality and empowerment of women and girls. We all know the adages about empowering women and what an overpowering achievement that will be on the world, a transformation. Currently, we're facing so many challenges ranging from energy deficits, climate change, plenty. But all these challenges that we're facing can be resolved with innovation and technology. And we know at the core, it's our women that have this power. Personally, I've never doubted what women can do. And when we assist women to occupy leadership roles, that in itself will be a nuclear power for the world. It is a solution for the world. And I just want to encourage you women in Africa, where most of our natural resources are endowed, to get to the center. Can you participate, come onto the table to formulate policies which shall drive sustainability for the transformation of not only our continent, but also the world. And when we empower women into leadership, we know that we shall also achieve equity in the world, because women by nature do embrace these attributes about equity and sharing the cake. We know how women, our own mothers, have endeavored to share the cake, to share food, the little food in our homes. Those of us who grew up in humble backgrounds, it was our women, our mothers, that ensured that the little that was there was able to sustain us and to be able to grow, to feed from the little that we had. Our mothers empowered communities, were able to feed with the little that was in the community. They also strengthened the bonds in the family. We knew our relations or distant relations, our neighbors, as part of our families. So I just want to encourage you women, as you're discussing, to know that what you hold is a nuclear power. It's nothing small. This is very huge. And I hope the governments in Zambia and the government in Nigeria are taking note of what you're doing, because this essentially is what should empower our communities and our nations. Thank you very much. I wish you a fruitful discussion.
Thank you so much, President Engineer Wesley Kaluba. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support. And I also just want to recognize another very important person that is also seated with Engineer Chilala. This is Engineer Alex Mbumba, the Acting CEO of Rural Electrification Authority. Engineer Alex Mbumba has really supported us, the women in engineering, every time we call on his office to help us support our event. He's always coming on board. So thank you so much. So ladies and gentlemen, as we gather virtually today, I want to talk about the importance of emotional intelligence in leadership. In our field, the technical skills are essential, but emotional intelligence is what sets great leaders apart. It's about understanding ourselves, our teams, and our stakeholders. It's about empathy, self-awareness, and effective communication. As women in engineering, we bring a unique perspective to the table. We understand the importance of collaboration, empathy, and building strong relationships. These are the qualities that drive innovation and progress. I would like to highlight our strategic partnership with Apoem. I know Madam Dr. Engineer Basai talked a little bit about it, but I would also want to highlight this very important strategic partnership with Apoem. We are learning from their experience and expertise. We are excited about the opportunity with this, what this partnership will bring. We are proud to be working together to promote women in engineering and STEM education. So this partnership is a testament to our commitment to growth and development. We are pleased to have Apoem on board, and we look forward to achieving more together in 2026 and beyond. So thank you so much, and let's continue to inspire and support each other as women in engineering. We can really achieve a lot. So thank you so much, Madam Moderator. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Agnes. And I would like to recognize the Vice Chairperson, Engineer Juanita, and the Vice President, MCPD, Engineer Edith Monowe, who are also joining us. Thank you very much. At this moment in time, I would like to call upon Engineer Mercy to give us the citation and presentation of the guest speaker. Engineer Mercy.
Thank you, Engineer Dr. Chilala. Good morning once again, good afternoon. Bonjour, bon après-midi, bon dia, bon tarde depending on where you're joining us from, distinguished guests,
Okay,
colleagues.
thank you, Engineer Mercy. Sorry, please, just to pause in, please. I want to kindly appeal to our dear past president, who is the guest speaker for today's event, to please put on a video as our citation is being read, ma. Ma, we warmly welcome you to this virtual platform, ma. Please, your citation is about to be read, and we would like to see that beautiful face as the citation is being read, ma. Okay,
I actually turned on my video. Is it on?
Yes, ma, it's on, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you.
Ma. Okay. Engineer Mercy, please, over to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Distinguished guests, colleagues, and our engineering sisters from Apuen and Zwes, it is my honor to present the citation of a truly exceptional African engineering leader, Engineer Dr. Patricia Nekpen Opene-Odile, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers, Fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Management, Fellow of the Institute of Construction Industry Arbitrators. Engineer Dr. Opene-Odile is a distinguished engineer, mentor, and advocate with a long-standing legacy of professional excellence and social impact. She is the founder of the OSAIDE for Girls in Science and Engineering, a transformative initiative empowering young girls and boys to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. She currently serves as an independent non-executive director at Industrial and Medical Gases PLC and is a founding member of the Women in Energy Network. She previously served as the president of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, APWEN, during the 2004 and 2005 session and continues to shape the organization as a council member and the member of the board of trustees. Her leadership influence extends across the engineering profession. She has served on the board of trustees of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and contributed significantly to the national regulation through the Council for the Regulation of the Engineering in Nigeria. She is also a member of leading international bodies, including the American Society of Civil Engineers, the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, and the Chartered Institute of Directors. She is celebrated as the pioneer president of the ExxonMobil Women Interest Network in Nigeria and is a past chairman of the University of Lagos Alumni Association, Oil and Gas Sector. Her mentorship continues to inspire young engineers across Africa. Born and raised in Lagos and proudly rooted in the Benin royal family, Engineer Dr. Opene-Odile is admired for her brilliance, resilience, and dedication to service. Beyond her professional life, she is a devoted Christian, an avid reader, traveler, and a volunteer, and an active member of the Ikoi Club 1938. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present to you an icon of engineering excellence and women's leadership in Africa, Engineer Dr. Patricia Nekpen Opene-Odile, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers, Fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Management, Fellow of the Institute of Construction Industry Arbitrators. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for the citation. I am truly blessed to be here today. It's such a pleasure to be in the midst of all of the women from all around the globe. Thank you so much. And this morning, we're going to be looking at the topic, harnessing emotional intelligence for leadership and governance. How effective can we be, even as engineers, with our leadership and governance? So I know a few people have talked a little bitty about it, but let's look at our overview, what we're going to be talking about today. First, we'll be looking at why emotional intelligence, One moment, please. Let me just, because my video seemed to be in the way. Okay. All right. So we're looking at emotional intelligence. We're also going to be looking at the four pillars or foundations of emotional intelligence, which is EI. We're also going to be looking at effective leadership. How does that come through with emotional intelligence? EI for governance, government officials, and I can assure you that this is a mixed audience. We have people from the government, we have people from private sectors, we have students in our midst. So, we're just going to talk about each sector and how we can harness the use of emotional intelligence to be able to deliver great results. So we'll look at corporate leaders and managers, emotional intelligence for students and all that, and the vision and the call to action. So can we move to the next page, please? Why emotional intelligence? Why does it matter? We know that few people have talked about this, but the ability to understand, manage, and use emotions constructively, not destructively, constructively, it is a cornerstone of transformation leadership. In governance and public administration, when decisions affecting other people have to be taken, and these are people from diverse groups and complex systems and all that, emotional intelligence becomes very useful. It empowers leaders to communicate with empathy, build trust, navigate conflict, and influence responsibilities. So you influence others in a very responsible way. You're not creating a toxic environment. You're making sure that everybody is, is heard, is seen, because it's a team. We learn to work in teams and deliver great results. So looking at emotional intelligence, like I said earlier, briefly, this first thing is that it helps you to build trust and reduce conflict. The people can trust each other and be open with one another. It enhances communication and influence. So your sphere of influence becomes better and bigger with emotional intelligence. It strengthens governance and leadership. Those who are being led can trust you, and you who is leading can also trust them. And there's openness in the way people do things around each other. And it drives innovation and performance, because when people trust each other, they're open-minded and they're able to talk to each other freely. Even when they criticize, it is constructive, So that's why emotional intelligence is really key. And looking at the four foundations of emotional intelligence, we say, first thing is self-awareness. You have to be aware of the way you reach out to the other person. And the next one is self-management. If you are able to manage yourself, manage your emotions, you find that you're a better person around the people. The scripture says, he who wants to be a friend must first be friendly. And that's what emotional intelligence brings to bear. Then you look at the social awareness of this. How does it impact the people around me and my society? The relationship management. You may not be a people's person, but with emotional intelligence, it helps you to soften up and learn to reach out to people and become more of a people person. So pulling all these pillars together, next slide, please. You find that you are able to
there now. Mabinu.
Excuse me? Okay. So how does this make you an effective leader? So let's look at effective leadership just briefly. Effective leaders today do more than manage resources. They manage relationships. They manage participation, perceptions, and human dynamics. By integrating emotional intelligence into leadership and governance, you find out that you have leaders who use these 4 pillars and they strengthen their self-awareness. How do you do that? Recognize personal strengths, limitation, biases, and emotional triggers. These triggers, that make to make clearer, more objective decisions. So you're very aware of yourself, you're mindful of your strength, and you're also mindful of your limitations. Then you're mindful of those biases, things that could stand in the way of you getting across to other people clearly. You're mindful of that. Then number 2, it optimizes self-management. It helps you to stay calm under pressure, maintain discipline, and model stability, especially in high-stake governance and environment. Doesn't matter where you are, whether you're sitting with presidents or you're sitting in amongst your peers in the corporate world, you maintain a calm or self-demeanor. And with that, you are able to manage your emotions, don't matter what pressure you're under. This is key. And as engineers, we have a lot of things, changing priorities every now and then. And we have to stay calm to be able to reason them out. Number 3, demonstrate social awareness. It helps you to demonstrate social awareness. That is to say, you understand the emotional climate of communities, anticipate social reactions from people. You may say one word that could be a trigger to some other people, but because of emotional intelligence, you're careful and you're aware, and you govern with sensitivity to public needs. That's what emotional intelligence helps you to do. Number 4, enhance relationship management. Communicate effectively, foster collaboration, resolve conflicts, peacefully, and inspire stakeholders towards shared visions. Remember, the stakeholders are always so important because you have to understand the shared vision, right? Number 5, you build ethical, people-centered governance with emotional intelligence. Using those 4 pillars, leaders grounded in emotional intelligence build institutions based on transparency, fairness, and human integrity. These are possible. Next slide, please. So, like I said, there's various people in our audience today. For those who work for the government officials, emotional intelligence will help you enhance public trust. And you know that there's always something between public and government workers. I would say, oh, those people, they treat them like, they're over there and we're over here. No. With emotional intelligence and the way you attend to people, you gain trust. Number two, it encourages transparency and empathy. Sympathy is different from empathy. Empathy means you're putting yourself in the shoes of the other person. Sympathy is you're looking at this person and you're feeling sorry. Many times, the people don't want you to feel sorry for them. They want you to empathize with them. And by doing that, you're able to reach out to them. Three, it improves policy communication because you already gained their trust and they know you empathize with them. So when you're pulling out policies and making these policies, you also putting it out in a good way. So you're communicating that to the public becomes easier. And finally, it strengthens crisis leadership because the people trust you. They will listen to you and they will come up with ideas that can even help you do your job better. So let's look at how does this affect those in corporate leadership and managers. One, it helps to boost performance and innovation because your team trusts you. They can come up with innovative ideas easily and helps you to discuss it openly. It reduces turnaround, that's rework, you get the work done, well thought out, and the turnaround period becomes easy. Your cycle time becomes, shorter. It improves our team culture and morale because there is trust and the people believe in you, and also you're open in your dealings, and they actually see your empathy skill playing out most times. It makes it easier. And for that, the last part of this is that it enables better decision making. There's a lot of collaboration, and at the end of the day, you're still the star. Next slide, please. So for the students amongst us, emotional intelligence shapes leadership potential because you're the leaders of tomorrow. It will help shape your mind towards being a leader, and not just a leader that is acceptable by the people. It supports communication and teamwork. Remember, when you are in a team, you don't fight each other. You collaborate to chunk out world-class products. It builds resilience. Things may not always work your way, but through resilience, you become an achiever. It prepares you for the future. Leadership roles, these are roles that a lot of our young people need to step into. And you are the future of our nations, of our continent, and of the world. So emotional intelligence will truly help you in making that happen. A vision for the future. We all need to look at this. Emotionally intelligent governance. Let's think about it. How can we make this to happen? This is the future. And this will bring about compassionate corporate cultures. We need that. We need that human face in our leadership. The empathy, we need that. Empathic educational environment is important. The students are there looking up to you. And we all need to, help them succeed. You don't step on a man that is already down. What you do, you extend the hand to lift that person up. Leadership defined by emotional maturity. That's what we're all looking forward to, so that we can build a world where no man is oppressed. That's part of our prayers in Nigeria. With peace and plenty, we'll build a nation where no man is oppressed. I'm looking forward to a world where no man is oppressed. So there's a call to action. We need to understand people to govern better. And empathy plays a key role in doing that. We need to understand ourselves to lead better. We need to lead with empathy and purpose. Our eyes must be on the goal. Our eyes must be on the mark. Let's make emotional intelligence, EI, a daily practice, and you'll be amazed what we can achieve together. Thank you all.
Thank you very much for that powerful reminder of what emotional intelligence is all about, and trying to see how empathy and EI are definitely not the same. Emotional intelligence, the four foundations, we appreciate self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Thank you, Ma, for a timely reminder and sparing your time to share your experience and make us understand what emotional intelligence is all about and governance. At this moment in time, we'll
thank you very much.
Online and physical segment to just get questions from the audience and the people online. This is the time to ask more questions so that she could be able to answer if we have any issues or deliberations that would want to know more about emotional intelligence, our workplace. She tackled all the four segments: students, government workers, management, and as well as relationship management. So the floor is open. Here, colleagues, do we have any questions?
Okay. Okay, I think we're just having beautiful comments in the chat box from our participants expressing their feelings about the presentation, in a very informative presentation. Oh, I think there's a question from one engineer Ibiye Ame Fabia. She's saying that please could you give a case study to help us understand the practical application of the subject matter? Yes, that's a question, ma'am. She's asking for a case study. Okay, then we have another question. Maybe I don't know if you can take the question together. We have Engineer Sharon hands is up. Engineer Sharon, please Sharon Musonda, can you please present your question so that our guest speaker can answer the questions together? Engineer Sharon.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself.
Okay, we have a
should I wait?
Okay, okay, let's take the second question.
Okay.
Engineer Sharon, please, you have the virtual floor for 1 minute, ma'am. Please, your question. Hello? Okay, I think she's having issue with that. Okay, then Engineer Mwansa hand, please, you can have the virtual floor, ma'am. Engineer Mwansa, please, your question. Yeah, you can unmute yourself, please.
Okay, so my question is to the president. I just wanted to understand how she's leveraged herself with emotional intelligence to navigate the complex political and social challenges that come with her being in that position, and what advice should give to young leaders that are trying to develop that as a skill?
Thank you. Okay. Ma, you can have the virtual floor, ma, for your response, ma. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You want a case study. There's one very handy, and that's the CEO of Microsoft, Satya. With the help of emotional intelligence, she was able to pull her team together and get them to be more innovative. She was open with the way she handled the team. And at the end of the day, Microsoft turned around. So that's where emotional intelligence comes into play. You remember the Prime Minister of was it Denmark or New Zealand? Yes, New Zealand. Even when the Christchurch, was attacked, the way she pulled everybody together showed a lot of empathy. And, they all went through that incident together. And at the end of the day, the country became stronger and better. We're also having ours going on right now, where they're trying to fuse the heads of the Muslims against that of the Christians. But look at Nigerians. We're pulling together and saying, no, this is not about Christianity or Islam. This is about the people of Nigeria. That's a lot of empathy. That's a lot of emotional intelligence that we're pulling together in this era. We're not going to war because without emotional intelligence, people go into a lot of conflicts, and there are wars here and there for no reason. So I hope with these three examples, you know that emotional intelligence do help us to keep our world safe and calm. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, ma. Before I present the next question, maybe let me just remind you, ma'am, your video is off. Yeah, there's a question from from Engineer Watson that yeah, during your tenure as the president of AppPoint, how were you able to pull through as a leader with your team, applying some of the strategies that you have highlighted this morning? So how do we navigate leadership practically from your own experience, ma'am?
Oh, wow. My presidency was 21 years ago. And I can assure you that emotional intelligence played a great role in doing that. How, you may ask? I had to be dealing with a lot of women who were older, better educated than I was at that time. And I had to find a way to pull them all back to the fold. And I had people who were working for me as president that could be my mothers. How are you able to manage such people without stepping on their toes? But let me also tell you, when I needed to take decisions as president, I took those decisions. So as much as I was being empathetic, and I was also very respectful as much as I could, because when I needed to call the shots, I called the shots. And I am very grateful for those women who nurtured me and helped me in those days. So to this day, I'm still very good friends with a lot of them. Thank you. I hope that answers your question anyway.
Yeah, I think that was a practical one. Though it is not easy, but it's something a leader have to do. Thank you very much. Any other question? If there's not, Engineer Chilala, please, you can please take the virtual floor for the next item we have on the agenda, which is the presentation of certificates.
Thank you very much. There are no questions here as well. So we'd just like to call upon Engineer Edith Monungwe, who is our Vice MCPD President at Engineering Institute of Zambia, to present the certificates of appreciation.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chilala. I hope you're able to hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Are you
Yes, we
able to
can.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. All right. I wanted to thank our guest speaker for this wonderful presentation. It's also a reminder to us to tap into some of the skills that we require to have as engineers. Most of the time, the focus is on engineers, but this reminder that we need to tap into the so-called soft skills in our workplaces. And this is why emotional intelligence can, because we're supposed to both the technical skills and the emotional skills as our doctor. Because if we're able to combine both skills, we'll be able to even achieve. And this topic is very befitting, talking about harnessing emotional intelligence.
Madam Moderator, we've lost our speaker.
Yes, I think we've lost our speaker. We'll call upon the host to just present a certificate of appreciation. Dr. Tugolope.
Okay, may I call on the president's ma for the presentation of certificates? So all past presidents, ma.
Thank you so much, my technical secretary and the host. It's a privilege to have my 8th president and my mentor to do this presentation, this presentation to us this morning. And I'm very glad that we are rounding up and she's giving us these ones. On behalf of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria and Zambia Women in Engineering section, I present the certificate of appreciation to Engineer Dr. Patricia Nepen Upeneo-Dili FNSC, F-NICE, for the indelible contribution as our guest speaker during this webinar tag, Harnessing Emotional Intelligence for Effective Leadership and Governance, on 29th day of November 2025, and signed. Thank you so much, Ma, and God bless you.
Thank you, my president. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Also, of course, in Hapwen, and especially for a program like this, which is centered on partnership, we will also like to recognize our moderator for today's program, in person of Engineer Dr. Chilala. And I want to call on the president to please appreciate our moderator for today's event. Our certification of presentation of our position is being projected, ma. Thank you, ma. My president, ma, since we lost that.
Thank you so much, the moderator of today's program. On this note, I present this beautiful certificate from Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria and Zambia Women in Engineering section to certificate of appreciation to Engineer Dr. Chilala Kukuma Boa for invaluable contribution as a moderator during this webinar tag, Harnessing Emotional Intelligence for Effective Governance, on this day, 29 November 2025, and signed. Thank you so much, Engineer Boa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And as a moderator, I really appreciate even for the recognition. We'll be going into our closing remarks as we now allow Engineer past President-elect Igwebe. I hope I pronounced it right. Host, you can help me with the pronunciation.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. Sorry, where I am, I can't show my face. Permit me. I want to appreciate everyone, especially the president, the two presidents of the two associations, for making it possible and deeming it fit for us to have this wonderful program today. Is a theme and a topic that is very apt, and we appreciate the presenter, on their past president, Engineer Dr. Patricia Openye-Odili, FNSC. I want to say thank you for the reaching presentation. Of course, we always learn from you, and we thank you for continuing to mentor us as you always do, and correcting us in love. Thank you, Ma, for everything. And I also want to thank the whole team that put this together. God bless you. And as we continue to progress, may we continue to learn in love and in love. Thank you very much. And God bless you all.
Thank you very much. And we'll call upon Dr. Lolope to share the closing prayer, the third stanza of the national anthem, as we close the webinar. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So it's time to round up the session. And
don't forget photograph.
the group photos I've taken some anyway, but let's do that officially before we round up. Please, can we please put on our video? We want to see the beautiful faces behind the names. Let's take this official photograph for today's event that we can put on all our social media platforms to see the beauty of today's event. It's a mixed webinar where we have people from all corners of the world joining this webinar. Please let us put on our videos. Escape is coming. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 shots. Please, Engineer Joshua Lope, thank you very much for joining us. Engineer Fenyiwa, please let's put it on. I will take it. Okay, we have 2 slides. So I'm going to take the first one now. Please, we need to adjust our seats. Let's do that before taking. Okay, fine. So I'm going to take the first one now after the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, that's the first. Taking the first one. I'm going to take the second one now. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Oh, we started with prayers. Let us close with
prayers.
We started with prayers. Let us close with prayers. And the closing
prayers, please.
Now, which is the third stanza of Nigeria anthem. I will take that after the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh God of all creation, grant all these our own requests. Help us to fulfill the nations, where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria will be blessed. Amen.
And Zambia may be blessed.
Amen. Zambia will be blessed, and Africa will be blessed.
Africa will be blessed.
Yes, Zambia will be blessed.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Amen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Everybody.
Yes.